Hello. Today we are finally ready to wrap up our argumentative essay with our last paragraph, and that is the conclusion paragraph. So we are going to talk about the elements, of course, look at the example, and then get into the graphic organizer and start writing it out. We're going to use an acronym for the components in the conclusion. It's the same kind of as the intro, short and sweet. Instead of ABC, we're going to use CBA. So to start with, the C, of course, is our claim. In your conclusion, you will restate your thesis and your three arguments. That kind of just goes over, what we discussed in our body paragraphs. So it reviews that. The B stands for the big idea. So you're explaining how all of that information, your thesis and your three arguments, proves your claim. So one last time, you're reiterating, why you're right, basically. And then the A stands for a mic drop. So the reason we call it that is this is your last couple of sentences to convince your reader or sway them to your opinion on the topic. And this is the part where we kind of invoke a little bit of persuasive elements because we want this to be heartfelt. So we want them to feel emotionally, connected to this topic and our argument or our viewpoint on it. Okay, so let's take a look at the example paragraph. All right, so in yellow, of course, is my restating my thesis and my arguments. So in conclusion, that is also a great sentence starter, a good transition. When I see phrases like in conclusion or to wrap things up, anything along those lines, it lets me know that, hey, I'm moving on. This is my last paragraph and I'm getting ready to finish. So definitely make sure you include sentence there. So in conclusion, the evidence proving the issues surrounding orca captivity is abundant, whether it be regarding the negative impact on their physical health or how other captive orcas and humans have been harmed or killed by captive orcas. It is clear that orca captivity should no longer be practiced. Okay, so that is my C, that is my claim. Then the part in blue, which is the middle, is the B, which is the big idea. I am explaining, what my point was and why I'm right. So orcas in captivity suffer from health issues, do not live very long, and are unhappy with their assembled pods. Many orcas have been harmed or killed, as have people and trainers. Okay, so I'm going over this is why this is a problem. And then, of course, the A, I've got a mic drop at the end, so I'm going to get a little bit more heartfelt here and kind of, finish off. No one should be taken from their family against their will and held in captivity for the rest of their life. This practice happens every year to hundreds of whales and dolphins, and it is wrong and should be stopped. Okay, so that is kind of my last demand, my last attempt to convince you why I'm right and that orcas in captivity is a bad thing. All righty, so let's go into the graphic organizer. Just like all the rest, it is assembled in three different sections. The first is what you need at the beginning, which is the claim. It tells you a little bit about it. I give you my example from my mentor text, the one that I wrote, my essay, and then to the right is your spot to put in your claim. All right. So any questions, as always, feel free to ask, but we are ready to wrap this essay up. So go ahead and start filling in that graphic organizer.